Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Just quickly letting you guys in on all the most important news of today. So if you guys enjoy these daily crypto updates, make sure you press that like button as I try to not waste any more time. Alright, so first of all, US prosecutors look to charge Binance executives on possible money laundering violations by Reuters. Now, over the last couple of days, this has been the major hot topic. I mean, over on Reuters, for one, but actually almost all these crypto news platforms or even traditional financial platforms, they're starting to repost or post some sort of FUD regarding Binance. And well, it's affecting the crypto market a lot. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but the crypto prices are down significantly. Again, over the last couple of days, we saw a little bit of a push. People got excited, but everything was kind of smacked back down, mostly having to do with all this major FUD regarding Binance. Now, I'm not so sure on the exact number of money that was taken out. I mean, from the looks of it, things have gone down significantly over the last while, but even on places like CryptoQuant, apparently I can't see the latest of the latest update. So we know that people are taking the money off exchanges. Yeah. That's 1,000% for sure. Which, by the way, is not necessarily a bad thing, you know? I always keep telling people, the less money on exchanges, the less selling pressure. As the majority of people taking the money out are not cashing out to dollars, they're just keeping their crypto in their own wallets. Today there was an article that came out that was saying that a very large amount of money, about $5 billion in crypto, has exited Binance over the last 48 hours as solvency concerns grow. But CZ is still very positive over on Twitter. Binance CZ says that all assets on the exchange are one-to-one backed. People can withdraw 100% of the assets they have on Binance. We will not have an issue on any given day. So 100% of our users withdraw 100% of our assets, we'd be fine. Then again, you got to understand, if you're in CZ's position, I personally believe Binance to the core because they've made so ridiculously much money and not really spend that much relatively that they'd be fine regardless because they could just use some of the profits to back everybody up. They got a ton of assets, but a ton of profit over the last couple of years. I mean, there's people doing billions of volume every single day. How much money would that be for them, right? If you think about it like that, they probably got a little bit of reserve to pay the people back as long as they're not doing the craziest of dumb stuff. But that's the biggest crypto exchange. You'd think that they have a ton of money to just spend on things still. Point being, they can pay people back purely with profit over the last year. And the further point being there, that even if things were bad, which again, I don't think they are, I personally still use Bybit, BitGet, and Binance. I still use the 3Bs. I still have the links down below all the time because I still personally have my money on there and I still use it every single day. Even if, however, this is something I should add, things are wrong, well, the worst thing CZ can do is say, yeah, we might have some trouble if this keeps up because that's going to make people withdraw more. The best thing you can do is reassure people because then not everybody would take it off. And as long as not more than, I would say, 90, I guess, I think they're properly back, but I'm hypothetically, as long as they were to not take up more than 85%, right, which I don't think they've gotten even about 10% out, they should, theoretically speaking, be fine. And so if he can keep saying, no, everybody can take it off, everybody can take it off, and then people don't do that, then they're going to be fine regardless. So his words mean nothing, and that's the thing, guys. We've also seen over the last couple of days here that all these auditors have skipped out. I can't show it to you, but all these auditors have skipped out because they're too afraid to back these crypto companies. It's because it's too hard to measure exactly what the situation is. And the situation is pretty crazy for crypto right now, by the way, guys. I mean, on one side, I'm hearing more and more stuff about the whole FTX drama. On the completely opposite side, I'm hearing more and more of a potential crypto ban or more investigations of sorts. Crypto ban might be on the table in the US, a senator has said. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs hasn't ruled out a cryptocurrency ban. Okay. Apparently, during a recent appearance on NBC's Meet the Press, Senator Sherrod Brown, D. Ohio, where else? The head of the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs said that banning cryptocurrencies might be on the table. However, he acknowledged that completely prohibiting crypto would be challenging. Maybe banning it, although banning it is very difficult because it will go offshore, and who knows how that will work, the lawmaker said. I think he's already coming to terms with his own statement right there. You can't really ban crypto. The only thing they could have done is completely destroy it at the start. But even then, the whole purpose was to never be able to be destroyed. So that can't work. There will always be a guy mining it somewhere in their backyard, their freaking attic, or the other thing. I'm not sure even. Cellar, there we go, that's the word I was looking for. So the mining you can't really get rid of. Then it's the buying. Well, but people can always buy offshore. So I guess the only thing they can do is block crypto exchanges from operating. But then people could just buy OTC, over the counter, just or peer to peer from the people. So you can never really ban it. You could just, I guess the same thing, like a lot of things are prohibited. It's banned, but it will basically just make it harder for the people to get it. Not impossible in any way, shape, or form. And I think that only more serves the purpose of what exactly Bitcoin was there for and crypto in general was there for. I'd say to have non-restrictive transactions whenever and wherever, whatever you please. And so the fact they're going to ban it then just shows the UK even more. So to quickly get back to it, yeah, Binance is not really in a lot of trouble. People are saying they're not so fine because of Lumen investigations, or potentially, as some are saying, because of liquidity crunches. Haven't noticed it. There's more exchange drama going about as well. Money was left kind of in purgatory, in like the gray zone right now, with Genesis having trouble, Dutch crypto, no, not Dutch, I think digital currency group, I think, having some trouble right now because of Genesis. And well, the whole ripple effect is now starting to kick in. It's like if you've ever had an accident, very often at the start, it's not really gotten into your head exactly what just happened, but then a couple weeks later, maybe you understand that now you have potentially a handicap, or now that you really understood that this really happened to you, something. That's kind of what's happening right now. People are realizing that things are happening, and that's what I said in a couple days ago, I think. The accountability wave is starting to hit as well, where people are starting to look at people like Gary Gensler and think, hey, what exactly have they done wrong, and was this all the right way to do it? Now people are starting to look back and think. Ex-girlfriend of FTX founder has a choice to make, as she reportedly cooperates with officials. This is also going to be very interesting to see how the other people in the Sam Bankman-Fried drama, in the FTX drama, are going to be speaking out. All right, because right now he's said he wants to get extradited to the U.S., I believe. I said he was fine because Bahamas prison was awful. I think that's kind of what he made out. But I wonder exactly how he's going to like it over in the U.S., as obviously I think people in the Bahamas were a lot more happy with him than the people over in the U.S. will be. So I wonder how that is going to go. I think the whole prison exactly itself will be a lot nicer out of expectation from what he's reported. But the country itself and the fact that the sentencing is going to happen there, I can't say he should be getting too excited, but I guess he knows better, right? As his parents are both U.S. lawyers, so probably if he's going to go to the U.S., it's going to be better for him, I'm just assuming. And I want to also quickly report, by the way, guys, I just read an article, and the article was talking about the fact that 2022 has less failures of crypto than 2021, even though the crypto crashed. And it's funny. I didn't believe it, so I didn't want to put up the article, but it made me think about something. The fact of the matter still remains that the majority of crypto that we know and love right now will not last a lifetime. They will last a little bit, potentially 7, 10 years, who knows exactly, but they will not last a lifetime. And that is why right now we are picking these gems based on longevity, not a short-term gain. Now, there are cryptos as well where I didn't expect them to last, and they did. Like, for example, Shiba. The whole stance was not logical for this to succeed in a bear market. I really expect this to really fade into oblivion, but it didn't. And that's because these things adapted. And I keep telling people as well, with XRP, for example, and there's a couple other ones like QNT, XLM, and whatnot, but let's focus on XRP. You have to look at longevity there, not the real short term. I mean, we obviously have this lawsuit, which is important, but the longevity is actually what they're building in terms of the cross-border payment realm. And with QNT, you can kind of start thinking exactly about, okay, how do they want to change the game? XDC, how do they want to change the game? XLM, how do they want to change the game? And how are things working for them? But also make a really big differentiator between the token usage and the company utilizing, I guess, a product. For example, a good example there is something like VeChain. I mean, I love VeChain. The company is so awesome. But where exactly would the token be used? And where exactly is it used right now? Well, not too much. Will that change? Maybe. And so we're basically betting on that change because the company's bullish anyway. I should add, however, and that's why I started this story. A little while ago, I think it was 4 years or so ago, maybe 5 years ago by now, EOS was actually in the top 6. I think it was like 5th or 6th place. Stellar was in the top of the top, and there were a couple other ones in time that were actually at the top of the top that have now all gone and just fallen off the cliff. Tron was also very high up there. And that begs the question of which coins will fall out of the top 10 in time as well. A lot of people say XRP, the FUD is ridiculously high, which is why I keep asking you guys to press that like button, as I'm noticing just a lot of negativity surrounding the channel as well. People are very, very negative about crypto right now. People are fearful. But in my opinion, we can't know for sure which ones will last. We just can look at longevity. And we can also just keep up the hope that if we buy 10 cryptos right now, 10 all good ones right now, that 8 of them, for example, will last. And if our entire bag was 20 cryptos, of which 10 good and 10 of which a total of 12 then fail, all the 10 bad ones and, well, 2 of the really good ones. And the 8 cryptos that we then have left, this could even be just 4 left. If those do so exceedingly well like we expect them to, then all the 12 or all the 18, whatever, that lost, it didn't really matter. And this is one thing that I actually think I might even make a course on at some point in the future. Again, I've told you guys before, I'm not really a big fan of courses, but this is one thing I noticed when speaking to people in the, I guess, just investment realm, is a lot of people don't understand how venture capital can make so ridiculously much money with potentially not even that much invested. The whole idea there is just invest a lot. Let's say you invest in 100 projects, of which 90 fail. It doesn't really matter the exact percentage. But the 10 that do succeed are such big bangers that it evens out all the losses. And this is what I tell you guys with these smaller investments that I make in cryptocurrencies, new ones as well. I am trying to invest in the majority of new coins that I find or that you guys tell me about. I try to share a new coin every week or so on the channel. A random one. Sometimes I don't even know too much about the team and too much about it. And I put 1,000, put 5,000, put $10,000 in it. Why? Well, because in the bull market, and even slightly before the bull market I did it, and some of those coins can go from 10,000 bucks, boom, $1.4 million. $15,000 to boom, $1.6 million. Another $20,000 to boom, $400,000. It can really go as quickly as that. But we can also take it a layer lower. Remember the time of the launch pads about a year ago as well. We had one of those tokens go and I put in, let's just say a couple $1,000, and it went 400x on the day it launched. It's just absolutely insane. Now, of course, you can have vesting schedules and those things change, but the idea is I'm personally a guy that likes to overinvest, just go for too much diversification to potentially be able to catch that banger, which is why we are going to keep looking for gems on the channel as well. And I guess I should also let you guys vote. Just let me know down below in the comment section if you'd like to see more videos where I talk about potential gems. Probability of succeeding, I don't know. But I personally think it's worth it to just put $100. Let's say we start with $2,000. Then we put, $50 into all these different projects and see what happens, because the probability of making it big on at least one of them to just recoup all the whole investment is rather big. But hey, that's just my opinion, not financial advice at the end of the day. You're your own grown human being, so do as you please and do your research. But over the last couple of years, this is what I've known has worked. Again, I'm not really that big of a fan of the get rich slow mentality. I personally think go at it and get it fast. However, I always try to balance it out. As even though I like to risk a lot when investing into these newer cryptos or so, I also on the side for my major holds look for proper utility, like for example with XRP, where we can see the use case and the longevity in there. It's just for, I guess, also peace of mind. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's also still because I think it's going to make some crazy freaking gains. But yeah, that's it for now. See you guys later in another one.